No, this is not a video of me talking about how I'm so angry that I'm going to leave my job and pursue YouTube as a career, because let's be honest, it's a great hobby and I don't want it to be anything more than that, which is why I make videos like this when I'm stressed out and I'm angry. What is up guys, my name is Luke, you can call me Upson, and welcome to another video on my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about my current work situation and how it's really just grinding me and just making me feel like genuine crap. So if you don't want to listen to something like that, feel free to click off the video, but I know that my genuine supporters like my girlfriend, Melvin, Ollie, you guys are going to be here, and I know that you guys are going to give me some feedback in the comments, and I mean literally give me some feedback in the comments, because you know I need that loving to make myself feel better, because I'm just so damn depressed. Not entirely true, I don't think I'm depressed, I hope I'm not depressed, I haven't been clinically proven that I am depressed, but I am just in a bad place. So you'll notice guys that I've been putting out streams. I've been doing more streams because that literally means I get to sit there, I get to just chat a load of bollocks to anyone who decides to come in and watch, and it's just so much easier. And then there's a YouTube video on my channel. Hey look, I didn't really have to do anything to make that happen. And the reason I haven't been doing this and sitting down and making videos like this is because I'm so stressed out from my work life, and I was in a very good position. About this time last year, I was happy, work was going great, my social life, everything surrounding work was absolutely great. And then all of a sudden, management started disappearing. We got new managers in, let's say, I think it was like October, November last year, 2017. And then all of a sudden, everything went absolutely downhill. Now, I want to just say a few things about how I feel about my personal experiences in this workplace, and how I feel like certain people have been treated, and how I think that things could be different, of course. But you know, it's more a rant, so I'm just going to get straight into it. So of course, the first thing is, when a new person starts, especially when it's part of the management team, they tend to feel like they can walk in and have this position of authority, which I totally get. You're my store manager, you're the person who's going to come in here and change the world. Of course, that's what you're supposed to do. It's not what you're supposed to do, it's what's expected of you. You forget the fact that your employees have already been established. They've been there for X amount of time, and they know what they have to do. They know how to pursue things in their career path, and they also know very well what their job is and what their job role is. A lot of us, especially in my position, I have been put back and put back and put back, and not been given the opportunities that I deserve or I feel like I have earned over the last 2-year period. That has now made me feel like, why the hell should I even bother trying? Why should I try to pursue something in the area in which I am working to make myself feel better if you can't be asked to try and make that happen? And yes, like I said, management have disappeared and new management has come in, so they obviously don't understand that. But hold on a second, they do understand that, because when they come in, we have to sit down, each person individually, tell them what we want from the job, what we expect, and how we want to do things going forward. One of my things was that I don't want stupidly unsociable hours. I am still young, I have a social life, and I would like to keep up with my social life, which yeah, it's work, so maybe I shouldn't be able to just sit there and say that type of stuff. But let's be brutally honest, it's not about them, it's about you, and it's about what you want. So when you go in that room and you have your little induction meeting with them, even though you, like I say, you're already established and you know exactly what you want to do, you know, these people just think it's perfectly okay to just do it how they want to do it. So like I said, this unsociable hour thing was my contracted hours are asking of me to work 2 lates on a Wednesday and a Friday. So that's 2 lates a week regardless. That's totally fine. And I said that when I sat down in that interview, and I was like, yeah, but that's all I want. Do not expect me to do anything other than that without asking my permission first, because at the end of the day, just because I'm a part-time person in the store, I still have the right to be told. I still expect to be told. And now, as it stands, I've done 3 9 a.m. starts to 8 p.m. starts, 3 days in a row, worked a 9-day week. I'm now doing an 8-day week where all I'm doing is late, so I'm working till 8 p.m. every single day except for like 3 or 4 days, but they're so spread apart that you don't even notice that you've really done an early, because it's just a constant struggle, and you're just like, well, why? What was the point of us having that conversation? And then because certain management has left our group, our inside area, who has left us and just gone on to do things better because they don't like the management that is already above them, you know, it's all of a sudden our fault. It's all of a sudden me who's the problem. It's all of a sudden all the other colleagues who are a problem. And I think that's what I honestly think it's disgusting. I think there's no reason whatsoever why anyone should be discriminated against or used and abused. And when it comes to being used and abused, there's also another person. Now, I don't know about in your job roles or any of your friends, anyone that you've spoken to in, you know, in the few years or so, or however long you've been in work and life, if you have, who have done something that is like a traineeship, where you work for a certain period of time and then usually at the end you get the opportunity to take on the job. Well, I had someone recently who worked with us who did everything. I would honestly say, because we've got two different departments where I work, there's cars and there's bikes. I work in bikes. He was initially put in bikes, but he did a lot of work downstairs with the cars, and also would come back upstairs and help us with the bikes. So if he's willing to do all of that, stuff, and then you make him work another week for free, then you make him work another week for free, and then wonder why he doesn't want to come in. I totally get that, because he's within his rights to not come into the store and work for people when he shouldn't have to, because why would you work for free forever? Right? And this is the way that certain companies will use people that they get on these traineeships to make them believe that there's a chance, and then wash them out like it was nothing. And then the worst part is they never even offered him a job. They never offered him an interview. And then just recently, in the last couple of days, we've got a vacancy for the bike department, and I think that's absolutely disgusting, because why would you do that to someone after they worked their arse off for you? And bear in mind, this poor person was treated like absolute garbage, because I don't know, there is no real reason why he was treated the way that he was, and I think it's absolutely unfair. Why should someone be treated like that? I know that I could go higher up and start speaking out about these things, but I shouldn't have to be the one to do that. I want to have that person's back, but I can't. So this is all obviously revolving around the store manager that we have at the moment, and he is just an absolute asshole. So now, obviously, like I said earlier in the video, in the commentary, about, you know, we've had certain management leave lately, and they're in my department, and we didn't have those certain types of management before he even came to the store, and we did bloody well, right? And all of a sudden, when he came to the store, we were rubbish. We needed to be put in the right place. We needed to work harder. We needed to do this. We needed to do that. When really we were running the store without management, which is stupid in itself, because there's so many different stores and there's so many people who are trying to become management that they couldn't just fill out the gaps. No, they couldn't do that. They just brought in people who were already good at their store, thought that they could come here and make the world a better place, but didn't have the respect or the knowledge of the colleagues that they were going to be working with, and thought it was okay. Yeah, that's totally okay. It's totally fine to treat us like crap because you're shit, because you're rubbish, right? It's just so wrong. And then obviously we've got recently, like I said, again, with these people leaving, all of a sudden the higher up managers, so you know, you've got like area managers, and then the people who actually own the company are getting on his back. So now he's taking it out on us. Why is it our fault? Why is it our fault that people left you? Is it really my fault because somebody didn't want to stay at your store and make you happy? Because you would much rather sit out the back or sit in the office? You know, there's multiple times where this store manager has been caught making personal calls, but we can't do anything about that because he can just say otherwise and say, oh no, they weren't personal calls. I needed to make these calls. I'm trying to fill out the gaps. I'm trying to fill in the positions, when he's literally talking about baby names and stuff like this, you know. Like, I totally get it. You've got a personal life. We all have a personal life, but we have to keep it to ourselves. And we're not allowed to bring our problems to work, but he will happily, and there's camera footage of him on the phone. If we had sound on our cameras, I'm pretty sure he'd be gone ages ago, because no one's within their right to just sit there and do what they want to do. You have an obligation to your colleagues to make sure that we are okay, that we're doing our work properly. I get that, but we all know what we're already supposed to do. So do not, because basically the general gist of it is, right now he's on our backs. Like, we've done something wrong. Like, we need to change something. Like, something went wrong somewhere, and there's a mess that's been left, and he's not even attempting to clear it up. He was just waiting to get. It was essentially a case of he had to be told off for him to grow the hell up and do his job. I literally put on my Snapchat today, like, this whole thing about how has it taken 6 to 7 months of someone working in our store to finally grow some balls and actually do some work. And actually, none of us get acknowledged for the things that we do. It's one of those catch-22 situations where literally you do something really well and you're proud of it and it's really good, no acknowledgement. You stand at a till for more than 30 seconds, get on with your work. What are you doing? What's this? What's that? It's a poor management style, and I'm sorry, because obviously I'm not a manager. I can't speak for other managers. I'm sure there's plenty of managers out there. I've had managers in jobs before this that I really enjoyed working with, and I really got on with them well. So I've had different experiences with different management styles, but the management style that he has is just, I want to get my bonus at the end of the year, so you lot better do all these jobs for me so that I do. And I've already looked at the figures, I shouldn't, but I already have, because I know how to get to them, because I'm not stupid. I have plenty of time on my hands sometimes. And saying that, let's get into the next thing. I know you might have thought I was nearly done, but today's situation was where the lid was finally blown off the cap. So does that even make sense? The lid was off the bottle, I guess. And I literally, kid you not, when they weren't there, when this management wasn't here, when this new store manager wasn't there, there'd be evenings where there's 3 people downstairs and there's 2 people upstairs. So it'd be me and someone else upstairs, and then it'd be 3 of the people in the auto department downstairs. Now all of a sudden, tonight, which really grinded my gears, was the fact that I was upstairs by myself and there were 5 people downstairs, one of which worked in my department normally. But no, the store manager called it, we need a shop floor manager, we need someone to watch the floor. Well, I'm not being funny or nothing, but he could have done that from upstairs. I feel so shit, honestly, because has anyone ever seen things about solitary confinement and how that can mess with your head and how it can make you believe things are happening and you get a bit weirded out and you feel like you're losing your mind? Well, that's what I feel like, because I'm not just stating one time. I'm not just stating that this is today. I do this nearly, 3 to 4 times a week. I'm stuck upstairs for 3 to 4 hours all by myself, and I have to work with that, okay? And it's horrible, because if there's no customers, there's no one to talk to. What else am I supposed to do? I just have to get on with it. I just have to accept the fact that they don't really care, that the store manager doesn't care. He just wants to make sure that someone's downstairs watching. Like, I'm telling you, this person, literally, all he had to do, this shop floor manager, was just walk around. He was told, do not serve customers. He was told, do not do anything for anyone. If anyone comes in, you make sure that another colleague gets on it. And I think that's disgusting, right? That is absolutely disgusting. I think it's wrong. I don't think his management style is okay. And I mean, that basically just sums up my rant. It sums it up, because I genuinely could talk a hell of a lot more, and I could be talking for nearly half an hour here. But let's be honest, we don't necessarily need a video to be that long. Let's just be real. So at the end of the day, I'm in a shit situation, and the management is crap. The current situation that everyone is in, like, these are just a few things that affect me. The general consensus is it's affecting everyone in different ways, and nobody is happy. The turnover of staff is unreal. We've had like what was it, 6 to 8 people, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're a big store, 6 to 8 people is a lot of people to just suddenly disappear, suddenly have all these other jobs, because they do not want to be scrutinized and put underneath the management of someone who doesn't actually know how to manage a store. Like I said, you'd rather be out the back sitting at a computer doing nothing, or ringing up personal people, which you're not supposed to do when you're at work. It doesn't matter what level you're on. Always remember one thing: you're all on the same level. Do not listen to the bullshit that people tell you, because they're just as human as you are, and they need to understand that. So this has been me, Luke, aka Upson. I hope that this rant has come across okay, and you would like to spout your opinions as well, because I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. So without further ado, thank you very much for watching. Bloody hell, it's been 15 minutes, but this has been me, Luke, aka Upson. Make sure you like and subscribe. I'm out. Peace out.
I'm ready to blow it, we lit it, I'm warm and I'm positive, money be coming, we growing. I knew that I had it the moment I was born, and I'm keeping it going. I'm keeping it glowing and frequently flowing. The morning is when I be freaking and boning. I'm keeping it moaning, well I be just keeping it zoning. I'm sick and it's zoning, destroying. I'm all with a bomb, with a bomb, with a bang, with a boom, with a bang, with a knife. Yeah, I'm feeling like a dog in a fog, in a bog, in a car, in a bark all night. And I fight for the right, but